The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. He maketh I lie down upon green pastures, and my cup runneth over. Him anointed me head with him oil, even in the presence of our enemies. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negusta Danielam, Komaya Sataya, Rastamana Pio Aya. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta, and this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, we normally don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country. The name, Blakk Rasta, and this is the Black Pot. Now, in the next 1 hour, be my guest and let us go through the Black Pot. In every traditional African home, there is a Black Pot. And whenever the Black Pot is on fire, we all know something sumptuous is cooking. What is cooking today? And how sumptuous is it? Today we have so many things to discuss, and I want you to be my guest. Now I begin with something that I've decided to title China Cassava in Ghana. China Cassava in Ghana. My brother, my sister. Now for some days now, Ghanaians have been talking about Chinese cassava right here in Ghana. Chinese cassava being imported into Ghana. And many people have asked, is it that we don't have the capacity and capability to produce cassava in Ghana to the quantities that we want? We have to go all the way to Asia, to China, and import cassava. Now recently, China also started exporting cocoa to the EU. And many of us were so shocked because if it comes to cocoa, then it's all about Ghana. Then it spills over into the Ivory Coast. In fact, Ghana has the best cocoa in the whole world. So when we heard China was also producing cocoa, we said, by what magic? China doesn't even have the climate for it. But we forgot that in these times, in these technological ages, everything is possible. Men are becoming women and women are becoming men. In fact, computers are even cloning human beings. My brother, my sister, remember we took our cocoa all the way from Fernando Po, today called Bioko. In the Equatorial Guinea, today there's not even a single cocoa pod. Right there inside Bioko, formerly called Fernando Po. So it's possible to also lose our cocoa and China will take it up. God forbid. But hear me now. Is Ghana really importing cassava? Well, the Agric Minister has come out to say yes. Ghana is truly importing cassava. Now, who is the Agric Minister? Osei Akoto is the Agric Minister. Remember, he was the same person who talked to us about food for jobs and whatever, you all remember. And he was the same person who told us about how plantains were so cheap in this country. And when we checked it out, it was all a bag of lie, as the Jamaican man would say, lies. My brother, my sister, China cassava is in Ghana, according to the minister. A minister who prides himself in the fact that he's made it so cheap in this country to produce food for jobs. Planting for food and jobs, he says. But hear me now, and you can see it. It says cassava imported from China. This is for industrial purpose. And that's the Agri Minister. This is laughable, isn't it? This is laughable, isn't it? Now let us go deeper into this so you would understand it properly. Now it is a fact that Ghana is importing cassava all the way from China. And it didn't start now. It started from as far back as somewhere 2019. And according to the Agri Minister, it is not just cassava for eating. It is cassava for industrial purposes. In fact, they are actually importing starch, what we call cassava starch. And in 2020, Ghana imported so much cassava from so many different countries, including India, even Luxembourg. It went all the way to Egypt and even imported. Germany imported what is known as cassava starch, as you can see. My brother, my sister, it put Ghana at the 163rd largest importer of cassava in the world. Hear me now. Ghana continues to trend when it comes to cassava importation. We have been importing cassava from 2019. In 2020, we even went all the way to Nigeria to import cassava. We imported cassava from Nigeria. Now let us look at the truth or the lies about what the Agri Minister is talking about. Hear me now. Agri Minister says we are importing cassava starch. Now many of you would ask, what is cassava starch? Is it the same as kokonte? No, it's not the same. Now cassava starch is different from kokonte or cassava flour. They are two different things. Now cassava flour or kokonte is when you dry the cassava and then after that, of course, you peel it and then you start to grind it into powder. That is kokonte. Or better still, cassava flour. Now cassava starch is quite industrial. You would extract only the starch out of the cassava, and most of the time is so white, like you can see in that picture. Now hear me now. So Ghana is importing what is called cassava starch all the way from China, importing that from India, from Luxembourg, all the way from Egypt. What is the use of cassava starch? Hear me now. Now cassava starch is used in so many different industries. Now it is used for fuel, ethanol production. It is also used in the textile industry to make the fabrics hard and also to protect, in fact, the textiles. At the same time, it is used in the food industry. Listen, cassava starch is a better sweetener than sugar. Cassava starch is used in the making of candies. And even in food production, as in food that we eat that is not candies. My brother, my sister, so cassava starch is very important. Is that what the Agri Minister says we are importing? Now, it is also used in the pharmaceutical industry, in the production of medicines, or better still, drugs. So you can see that cassava starch is very important. But let us look at this interesting thing, and this is where I drop the bombshell. Agri Minister says, yes, we are importing cassava starch and not cassava. We have enough cassava in Ghana to eat. What we don't have is the capacity to produce cassava starch. So we are importing that from abroad. Let's look at it. Now Nigeria produces about 45 million metric tons of cassava every year. 45 million metric tons of cassava every year. That makes Nigeria the global leader in cassava production. Do you understand what I mean? What I'm saying is that Nigeria is the highest or the biggest producer of cassava in the world. Next door, Nigeria. Now, in every state of Nigeria, They have the capacity to produce cassava. So cassava has become the most important tuber in Nigeria. In fact, it even gives them about 45% of the agricultural GDP. It means all the agricultural products and services produced in Nigeria, cassava alone takes 45%. In Ghana, it's about 44%, down to about 42%, from between 42 and 44%. It means it is also very important in Ghana. You understand? Now we are breaking it down statistically so you'll be able to absorb it better. Now, the problem with Nigeria is that out of the 45 million metric tons of cassava it produces a year, it consumes 40 million metric tons. That's over 90%. So Nigeria produces a lot, higher than the whole world, exports nothing, but rather eats 90% of the cassava it produces. But the 10%, Nigeria tries to use it for industrial purposes and possible to export a little bit of it. Did you get that? Now hear me now. If Ghana went all the way to Nigeria to import cassava in 2020, at a time that Nigeria is not even able to produce cassava starch, what did Ghana really import from Nigeria? Was it cassava starch or cassava? Should we break it down mathematically? Hear me again. Nigeria is the world's largest producer of cassava. 45 million metric tons of cassava. Now Nigeria produces that and consumes 90% that. The 10% left, it tries to export it and try to experiment with some production of cassava products with that industrially. It is still experimenting. Now if in 2020, Ghana went to Nigeria and imported cassava, was it cassava flour or cassava tubers? Certainly it's cassava. Their Greek minister is lying. It's a hopeless old lying man who has been lying from when he was born up till now. And I hate liars. My brother, my sister, Nigeria is still struggling to produce an ounce of cassava starch. Minister says we are not importing starch. I beg your pardon, we are not importing cassava. We are rather importing cassava starch. How do you import cassava starch from a country that does not produce cassava starch? Is it magic? It's statistics. Check it out, brethren. So, minister says we don't have the capacity right now to produce cassava starch. Is that how hopeless you can be? What do you need to produce cassava starch? Do you need Angel Gabriel to come down? With all the prophets and men and women of God around, none of them can, encourage you with prayer to be able to do this. After all, in this country, everything is done by prayer. Even our children go to write their exams and it's all about prayer, right? Things that you have to use your hands to achieve, we want to use prayer to achieve that. We need good roads, we have to pray. We are dying from guinea worm and coccidiosis. Let's pray. CD is falling. Instead of stopping the foolishness and looking at production ahead of importation, my brother, my sister, we are still praying, and we have men of God who are praying to seize the dollar and stop the dollar from rising so that the CD can rise. What buffoonery. My brother, my sister, it is clear. Cassava starch is the new thing. In fact, hear me. Nigeria has even gone ahead of Ghana to ban corn flour production. Or better still, corn starch. They are two different things. Right now, Nigeria is pushing all the energy through its legislation into cassava starch production ahead of corn starch. But Ghana is still sleeping and slumbering, saying, oh, we are importing it from China for industrial purposes. What happens to the planting for food and jobs? Or is it for jobs and food? You see, when we speak with facts and we bring everything out clear. Are you not ashamed that you're running all the way to Nigeria to go and import cassava when you had your independence long before that? Is Nigeria technologically ahead of you? What happened? A small country like Ghana you cannot manage. You have to go to Nigeria that is still struggling with Boko Haram and with problems that are too huge for that country. Watch it out, brethren. I'm proud of you, Nigeria. Continue being ahead. Yes, Ghana is the firstborn, but it looks like in so many different fields, you have overtaken Ghana. To God be the glory. It is still on the one Ghana agenda. You import cassava from Luxembourg, a tropical product. You import cassava all the way from China. Are you okay? Are you okay, brethren? Lord God have mercy to the bongo clippings, man. So our Greek minister is a hopeless liar, and I do not like liars. You see it? Ghana importing cassava from China reveals how hopeless the country has become. And this is coming from one of the big heads of the country. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunumo, where we speak truth to power. Now the next thing I want to look at as I dash away this one is osteoarthritis in Ghana. We have had the opportunity to explain what osteoarthritis is. Cutting down on expenditure. Now we all woke up this morning and we are hearing so many different things in the news. What are we hearing? Now, Dr. Sivan Amwa, he is the MP for Ishaisu. And he's also the boss of Maslog, or is it NAPCO, whatever it is. He's their boss. Recently he was on tape crying. Ma. What was he saying? That Ghana is in crisis. And we don't speak the truth. Nana Addo is doing so well. And we are not speaking the truth. Crying like a toddler. The same arrogant guy had the opportunity to make his views known in parliament. He went there to speak big English that only him and the cockroaches in the parliament house would understand. Hear me now. He's made some sense. He came out early this morning and said that we should park aside all the fuel guzzling V8s and then drive smaller cars to be able to mitigate the effect of the fuel price upping. Park fuel guzzling V8s and use smaller vehicles in capital towns. In Shaisu, MP suggests. My brother, my sister, that is your government. The government that we said is doing so well, yet Ghanaians don't see. Now you know that fuel prices are rising, right? Now you blame it on the Ukraine-Russian war. You blame it also on COVID-19. Now you are blaming it on e-levy. My brother, my sister, go to Burkina Faso. Fuel prices, 6 Ghana cedis per liter. Go all the way to Nigeria and check the fuel prices. Yes, sometimes they have shortages, which is natural. It's a bigger country. About how many? 250 million people and over. You are only 30 million. Hear me now. Go to the Ivory Coast and check. Per liter is about 6.30. 6 cedis, 30 pesos. Go to Togo here. It's about 7 Ghana cedis. Ghana alone is 10 Ghana cedis. Why? Are you the only people who have gone through COVID-19? Are you the only people affected by the Russian-Ukrainian war? Are you the only people on earth suffering from world issues, or is because your leaders are weak? Now, Nana Akufo-Addo himself has come out to say something. The pot-bellied president will not cease to excite me. Now he's saying that, oh, people should stop buying V8s. Nobody is going to be allowed to buy V8s anymore in his ministry or better still in his government, no more new V8s. That's what he said. But my brother, from 2017, Nana Akufo-Addo said the same thing. His Mr. Bean vice president, the comedian Baumia, also came out and said the same thing. Look, these guys are good at lip service. They talk and go to bed without any action. No action. All they know to do is to arrest journalists who talk against them. All they know to do is to speak big English and tell us histories that they are not ready to follow. My brother, my sister, Nana Akufo-Addo has been disgraced. Baumia has become the biggest comedian the world has ever seen. And for that matter, he has gone into hiding. Some people said the dollar has arrested him. I think that a demon has swallowed him. My brother, my sister, what has Nana Akufo-Addo said? Listen to what Nana Akufo-Addo said. Video of Nana Akufo-Addo abolishing purchase of V8 cars for government officials in 2017. Listen to what Nana Akufo-Addo said in 2017. Yes.
Blackpot,
I've put a ban for the time being on the purchase of any new vehicles for members of this government. No matter how dilapidated are the vehicles that are in our fleet, we're going to have to make do with them. These are difficult times for the Ghanaian people, and we should be seen to be acting in respecting that. At the same time, a policy that has worked so far, which has run into a lot of problems because of the way it has been abused, which is that officials can buy cars, official cars. That policy will no longer work. No official is going to have the opportunity to buy any official car. So that we put an end to it, and we put an end to where are the cars, where are the cars. Nobody is going to have that capacity anymore. So thank you.
Government is not seen as a place where you come for gravy and leave. One of the areas in terms of perks that historically government officials tend to get when you get into office as a minister, they buy you a new V8 Land Cruiser, and then when you are leaving office you get to buy it. You know, we thought that was a waste of money, so we've cancelled no purchases of new vehicles for ministers, and also the policy of sales of vehicles to ministers when they leave office has been abolished. This is why the minister is known as the abolisher in chief.
Blackpot,
Did you hear that? Mr. President says, no matter how dilapidated the cars are, no more V8s, Land Cruisers will be bought by his officials. Comedian Vice President Mr. Bean, Baumia also comes out to say yes. People come into the government and all they think about is the V8 that they're going to get, and after their tenure of office, they get to buy those Land Cruiser V8s. What a shame. 2017. Only last year, we saw the fleet of Land Cruiser V8s that followed the pot-bellied president wherever he went. Only last year, 2021. My brother, my sister, if Mr. President told us in 2017 that his officials would not buy any more V8s, and it looks like there are more V8s in his government, more than any other government that has ever come, from Kwame Nkrumah all the way down to Rawlings and beyond. Do we now manufacture Land Cruiser V8s in the Nana Akufo-Addo government? Are they for free? Do you have any conscience at all? People are dying night and day from hunger. COVID is a joke when it comes to hunger in Ghana. More people are dying from hunger. Many more are dying, my brother, my sister, from corruption. My brother, my sister, and you guys sit back and tell me that, oh, It's all about V8. What makes you think that V8s are the only things or costs we have to cut down in order for the economy to fly? Your officials are in government bungalows consuming and guzzling electricity, water, and other social amenities for free. They have their vehicles fueled night and day. Are you thinking about that? After your MPs leave office, they have the useless ex gratia that they give to them after 4 years. An MP in Ghana receives ex gratia. They call it ex gratia. After service reward. And after 4 years in the parliament, when they are leaving, they get a hefty ex gratia, which is bigger than a whole teacher's service of a lifetime. My mother taught for over 40 years. And when she retired and was going away, how much did she get? My brother, my sister, she had only 60,000 Ghana cedis for serving the country for how many years? 40 solid years. An MP comes into the parliament house for just 4 years and is going away. They go with their V8. They go with how much money? Money is all over the place. My brother, my sister, it's not only about the V8. It's about how much strangulation you have meted out to the economy and the people of this country. You spend so much money, blow it away, left, right, and center without thinking. You are in government bungalows, consuming electricity at will. Your residences never go off, even when the whole country goes off. Hospitals have power cutting off. People are dying. Yet, no matter how much this country is in darkness, your residences are always lighted up with electricity. Even if there was an earthquake or tsunami in this country and everywhere went dark, the officials would have their houses lighted with electricity. It's a shame. Mr. President, we heard about your V8 sermon. We thank you for it, but you need to do better than just the lip service. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, and this is where we speak truth to power. Remember, we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV, live on Ghana Web TV, and we are also live on our YouTube page, and that is the Black Empire Media. And Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K, Black Empire Media. When we return, I will be telling you more. We have more things to discuss.
When you feast and toast, we will bring the fire that you require to burn your way to total liberation. It is time for the Kuchoko Roots Festival 2022, where we take the roots to the roots, where we take the Kuchoko from the ghetto to the grotto. Date is Friday, 15th April 2022. Time is 6 p.m. until you drop, and rate is only 50 Ghana cedis. It is happening live at the Alliance Francaise behind the Opebia House, right there at 37. Hear me now. Now playing live is the ever powerful Blakk Rasta, your Kuchoko legend, and of course, Rex Somar, Ghana's high life legend, and other fireblazers like Fee Rankin, Black T, TK, Eddie Wayori, Zendima, and of course, the evergreen Vibration Kings Band. Make a date and don't be late. You must come and witness real red hell on Easter Friday. Come, let us bury Satan with Kuchoko, 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 Bam, Kuchoko, Kuchoko. Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me.
Skip a judge.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
Go on, skip a judge.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunumo, where we speak truth to power. Now, my brother, my sister, we all heard about the legalization of marijuana in Ghana, right? Remember when I was hauled before the Parliament House to apologize to the August House, the parliamentarians, for saying that they all smoke, 80% of them smoke marijuana. It was all in the agitation to see marijuana legalized in this country. Now, the Nana Akufo-Addo government finally legalized marijuana. But when Ghanaians thought that the kind of marijuana that was supposed to be legalized had been legalized, they had the shock of their lives. The marijuana that has been legalized in Ghana, this is hemp. It's not the one that people smoke. Less than 0.4% THC. Tetrahydrocannabinol, they call it. THC. My brother, my sister, hear me now. Since they even legalized it for medical use, it means that now marijuana has been legalized in Ghana. But having signed it into law, we are still waiting for the authorities to tell us how much it will cost to be able to get a certain license to plant marijuana. And from that time till now, we are still in a limbo. From that time till now, we are still in a heavy limbo. What are we talking about, brethren? Hear me now. Now, what at all has the government legalized in Ghana? Now, marijuana can be used to do so many different things, and we all know that oils, we can use marijuana to even make medicines. Marijuana can be used to make tents, can be used in the textile industry, and so on and so forth. Now, Ghana imports jute fiber from India, and it costs so much money. Now, they discussed it and realized that marijuana in Ghana would be able to provide enough fiber for the jute industry. And they decided that, well, for that purpose, marijuana would be so good. And they decided to legalize it. But up till now, nobody has been given a license to plant even a seed of marijuana in Ghana. Was it another lip service by the president and his people? My brother, my sister, if the jute factory and the jute industry in Ghana is still importing jute fiber from India in order to produce, what are you doing with the several acreages of land, several acres of land that we have that can produce marijuana and help our country grow better? Why is it that we always wait for white people to do for us what we can do for ourselves? Why do we always wait for the white man to endorse something before we endorse it, even if we know how important that is to our livelihood? My brother, my sister, as it stands now, marijuana is in limbo in Ghana. Legalized on paper, yet nobody is allowed to plant it now because the licenses are not even out yet. Another lip service from the Nana Akufo-Addo government. We congratulated you when you said, oh, it had been legalized. That was a bold decision, especially when you live in a country where people think that marijuana is demonic, yet they can go and drink Shandon, Miandon, Chandon, London, all those alcohols. They don't see that as poison, but they see something that grows naturally as poison. My brother, my sister, many more countries are making money from marijuana. We go to those countries and start begging them for crumbs from off their tables. My brother, my sister, marijuana is not for smoking alone, idiots. A lot of idiots have approached me, but you don't smoke marijuana. Why do you promote the use of marijuana? And I say, idiot, sit down and listen. Because no matter how many times you explain to them, they will still come to you with the same idiotic question. Marijuana is not for smoking alone. Marijuana can be used to make so many different things. Now your jute factory is collapsing. When India says we are not giving you anything again, then that's the end. Your economy is collapsing because two countries are fighting. Two countries are fighting. Cooking oil prices rising. Fuel prices rising. Yet you pride yourselves in the fact that you have oil in your countries. Nigeria, are you not ashamed? Nigeria, Ghana, you have discovered oil in commercial quantities and you are proud to say that. You bring people to dance all over to thank God. Oshun, you thank Oshun. You thank the God of fire, the God of water, the God of whatever. Yet two countries, two out of the numerous countries we have in the world are fighting. And cooking oil, common cooking oil, is a problem. What happened to your palm nut trees? What happened to your groundnut oil? What happened to your shea butter? What happened to all these oils? Two countries are fighting. Countries that cannot even produce palm oil. They are fighting. And there's a shortage of palm oil in Ghana. Shortage of palm oil in Nigeria. Shortage of palm oil in the Ivory Coast. Is that not a curse? Two countries do not produce palm oil. You produce palm oil in commercial quantities. The two countries are fighting and there's a shortage of palm oil in your country. What happened? It means you do not put value on your products. All you do is subsidiary farming. Yes, when you finish, you send everything out, they turn it around and send it back to you in high prices and you pay. And you are boasting around that you have oil and you have gas and you have that. My brother, my sister, the economy would only get better if we all decide to put value, add value on whatever we produce. When is Ghana going to start refining oil in large quantities, commercial quantities? They started refining and all of a sudden corruption and foolishness crashed down the whole thing. I hear Dangote is in Nigeria trying to start refining. My brother, my sister, God bless Dangote. He might have his own issues, but he has done several different things to uplift the image of Africa. How many more Dangotes do we need to help us with our countries, to help us with our continent? Marijuana is one single product. If we put away our ignorance and our biases and gravitate towards marijuana, we would have a better economy. If cocoa and oil have failed us all these years, I think marijuana will do us more good than harm. I want to dash it away and deal with the next thing, my brother, my sister. And the next thing I want to look at is free SHS. Free SHS. And this I have titled Free SHS, a serial killer. Free SHS, a serial killer. My brother, my sister, Professors are talking. Educationists are talking. And what are they saying? That the free SHS is providing more quantity than quality. Did you hear that? Free SHS provides more quantity than quality. Professor Addo Mensah, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, if it comes to education, he has seen it all. Listen to what he's saying. Free SHS policy producing quantity, not quality. Now, recently we had only 10 SHS produce how many students for the medical school, and the rest of them are dozing and sleeping. Whether you fail or pass, they will find a school for you to go. My brother, my sister, what is happening to our education? Since when has Ghana gravitated towards more quantity than quality? Free SHS was a political weapon into the governance. Yes, they got it. Ghanaians want free things all the time. Now you got free SHS, but it is a serial killer. See how many of your students are becoming dunderheads. You go to school for 1 week and come and sit home for 8 weeks. Go to school for 2 weeks, come and sit home for 16 weeks. What kind of education is that? In my days, we went to school 3 times. In fact, we went for the first term, second term, and third term. Yes, we had the shift systems, morning shift and afternoon shifts, and everything went smoothly. But today, they have something they call it. And children go to school, sleep at home for several months, and go to school for a few days, and that is that. My brother, my sister, Professor Addo Mensah has spoken. He says that your free SHS is nothing but a serial killer. When was the last time you heard that a Ghanaian student had won something great or achieved something huge abroad or anywhere in the world in recent times? Because you are now producing quantity and not quality. And I hear the law school too, they admitted students who failed, and somebody said, oh, because they admitted those people, they had a whole block. I don't understand it. Are you saying that the people you admitted had influential fathers and mothers, or had influential people in influential positions, and for that matter, boom, something happened? Look at it. We got an entire building for lectures after admitting 10 students who failed exam. My God. What does it mean? What are you trying to say? That by doing the wrong thing, you've been able to get one right thing? A wrong thing for a right thing? I killed somebody, and by virtue of the fact that I killed that person, I have been paid a lot of money. Really? Really? Then what kind of lawyers are we going to have? You are going to produce lawyers who are going to come out and do what? Be accepting goats and be freeing armed robbers and serial killers. That's the kind of education you're going to have. Students failed. What do you stand for? You admit students who have passed. It means you have assessed them and realized that they have the brain. But you admit students who are failures. And then you have a whole block. And see, former law school director, and I hear Nana Akufo-Addo is trying to make him an attorney, whatever, give him a certain kind of post. My brother, my sister, what have you turned your education into? What have you turned it into? In my days, if you did not pass, you would have to sit home and write again. Now, if you fail, no, you need an influential person so that you'll be able to push you through. So people don't go through the mill anymore. They run the mill down. You want to hear it again? People don't go through the mill anymore. They round down the mill. To God be the glory. But remember, my brother, my sister, they say quantity is nothing but the quality. If we continue like this, Ghana will go down the drain like the Titanic. Ghana is one country people respect when it comes to education. Ghana is the land of Pan-Africanism. And Pan-Africanism is an intellectual movement. Did you hear that? Ghana is the land of Pan-Africanism in the whole Africa. Those of you who haven't read Fela, A Beach of Life, check it out. Fela wrote in that book, Ghana, the land of Pan-Africanism, by the kind courtesy of our leaders, such as the great Kwame Nkrumah, Du Bois, and the rest of them. Ghana became the land of Pan-Africanism. Great heroes, long before Nkrumah. Great people like Otuba Kugwano. Great people like Charles Sam, Chief Sam, Alfred Sam Charles. You know, such a great guy from Apaso. Great people, my brother, my sister, like Paul Kofi. They all were great Pan-Africanists who led the way before even Marcus Garvey. And what is Pan-Africanism? An intellectual movement. Otuba Kugwano could never have become a Pan-Africanist until he educated himself into the level of an intellectual. So if Ghana is the land of Pan-Africanism and you push idiots through the school system, idiots, dunderheads, people who have failed their exams, what kind of intellectuals are you manufacturing? You are running down the mill, and at the end of the day, your education would become like what Nigerian education became years back. I remember in those days, anybody who wanted a cheap degree went to Nigeria. All you needed to do is to say, oh God, I don't come now. Pay money and get a PhD. It used to happen in Nigeria. True or false? Ghanaians who failed here and knew they had no chance ran to Nigeria. Within 3 weeks, they came with a PhD. Ghanaians who wanted to become what and could not become that in this country because of the rigid and rigorous academic exercise found solace in Nigeria. My brother, my sister, if you want to turn Ghana into the Nigeria that Nigeria has overcome with common sense and with wisdom, then, as our people say, the way is your front. Go ahead and play the buffoonery. I am ashamed at you. I am so ashamed at the way you guys are behaving. I dash it away, man, and deal with the next thing. Now, the next thing I want to look at is a little different. You know the reggae artist called Anthony B, right? Do you know him? You know him, right? He gave you songs like The Wonderful Fire Pan Rome. He gave you songs like Damage. And many more. Good Cop, Bad Cop. These are his songs. He's a conscious reggae singer. He was in Ghana some time ago. He came to perform. I met with him. Hear me now. Anthony B is lashing out at Jamaican reggae. And what did Anthony B say only yesterday? Anthony B said, clapping lyrics are letting down reggae and dancehall. What do we mean by clapping lyrics? Cheap music. Now, when you read the article from Dancehall Mag, which is the biggest website for reggae and dancehall in Jamaica, hear me now. Anthony B says he's so sad, but at the same time happy that at this point, the US Billboard has removed reggae music and has decided to put Afrobeats there. You heard me well. Reggae has been expunged from the US Billboard because they don't see it as big anymore. But they have inserted Afrobeat in there. And Anthony B is clapping for Wizkid. He said, listen to these guys. They are singing in their own patois, which is the pidgin. And all of us in Jamaica love Wizkid. When he sings, our women go crazy. Of course, we are the same people, Africans and Jamaicans. But hear me now. You remember recently I told you about the fact that Jamaican musicians are fighting African reggae artists? When they hear you are African doing reggae, they see you as an infiltration. They see you as a fly in the ointment. They want to kick you out. But that was not what Bob Marley stood for. Bob Marley wanted to see reggae music travel all over the world. So we left the reggae for you. That's what you wanted, right? We left it for you. And a lot of reggae artists, original reggae artists, went into Afrobeat and they cracked it there. Remember, I told you that Kuchoko is the way. Bring the Jamaican reggae, add the Afrobeat into it, add the African spirit into it, and let it flow. That is our thing. Kuchoko. Anthony B is saying that he's so happy for Afrobeats. So happy for our own kind of patois, which is the pidgin. So happy for Afrobeat artists. But he says Jamaica, you see, when we continue telling you, improve on your lyrics, improve on the quality of reggae, you abandoned it and started following some hip-hop thing, calling it dancehall. You started following some hip-hop things. Right now, there was nothing dance about the whole that you did. Today, Afrobeat has taken over, according to Anthony B. He says everywhere you go, now Jamaican artists want to do Afrobeat. So it's our time to say, okay, Jamaica artists, don't do Afrobeat. We'll chase you out of Afrobeat. But the Africans that we are, the love that we have, no one African would ever tell a Jamaican, not even a German or an Englishman, don't do Afrobeat or chase us off the Afrobeat market. It's not possible. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, and I have something important to share with you. Anthony B has made it clear. Afrobeat has taken over. Now, Ghana, there are a lot of artists who are still bent on following the Jamaican culture. The violence in the dancehall lyrics. Don't get me wrong. Dancehall is not all about violence and profanity. I know dancehall artists who are so clean. But in Ghana, we want to dwell on the negative. No wonder at your recent awards, some people pulled out guns. Jamaican culture. Because the bigger your gun, the more bad or the badder you are. Anthony B. Well, thank you for that one. We leave it here as I dash it away and deal with the next thing. Now, the next thing I want to look at, which I'm going to close on. Did you hear that they said they are going to pump how much? 2 billion American dollars into the Ghanaian economy so that at least it will help stabilize the Ghana cedi? Have you thought about the black market? The same people who are telling you they are introducing 2 billion, they have people who work at the black market. They will siphon the hard dollar bills and give to their people in the black market to sell so they can make more money. Black market controls dollar economy in Ghana, and this is Dr. Smart Sapon. Who is he? He's a research fellow at the Kumasi University. Dr. Smart Sapon says, until the black market is controlled, using the Forex Bureau system, the dollar would always have an edge over the Ghana cedi. What is the black market? I go into the bank, they tell me a dollar sells for 8 Ghana cedis. For that matter, I am not ready to give out my dollar. I go to a Forex Bureau, they tell me, okay, it is 8.2. Okay, well, it's a little higher than the bank rate. Then I go to the black market, they say they give me 10 cedis for a dollar. Where would I sell my dollar? Every supposed wise person in quotes deal with the black market. How do you control the black market? The way forward, patriotism. If you are that patriotic, My brother, you will not go to the black market and give out your dollar because you know what the black market will do to the economy. The black market is illegal. This thing that I'm saying, there are people out there who are already insulting me. There are people out there who would call me holier than thou. There are people out there who will be ready to slaughter me because they think I am moralizing it on them. My brother, black market is very, very illegal. Now, the black market is also responsible for spreading fake banknotes. There's no way you go to a bank and get a fake banknote. Neither could you go to the Forex Bureau authorized and get a fake banknote. They have systems there to check everything. At the black market, they just raise it and look into the sun as if they have microscopic eyes. They see whatever it is. My brother, my sister, it's like puncturing a hole in a ship that is sailing, and the ship is the economy. Every time you trade at the black market, you puncture a hole in the ship, the economy. But go out there and see Ghanaians scrambling, fighting. People go into a Forex Bureau, and a lot of the Forex Bureaus even have different rates. They are not dependent on the central bank and the bank rates, no. They also want to make money and compete with the black market. So when there's competition, common sense tells you that prices will rise, right? When people are competing, left, right, and center, prices rise. And, hold on. Listen. Who prints our money? Where do we print our currency? Almost all the countries in Africa, except two, print their money in Europe. Ghana prints in England. Some print in Germany. Some even print in America. In America, when they print a dollar note, it's about 10 cents. It costs 10 cents. Now you are an independent country. But your money that controls the whole country is cooked in the pot of your slave master. You claim you are independent, yet your money, your bank notes are all printed by people who once enslaved you, by people who are still puppeting you economically. How do you call yourselves independent? They say, oh, it's expensive to print the notes because you have to print them in large quantities, and it's better to subcontract that to another country to do it. And the whole of Africa is running to the so-called. Where is your independence, Africa? You are stupid, Africa. You are fools, Africa. You are fool, Africa. Until we learn to print our own monies, until we learn to eat from our own kitchen, we would always be poisoned by our enemies. My name is Blakk Rasta. It's been the Black Pot. And I want to say thank you so much for listening. God bless, no less, no stress. Remember, we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Ghana Web TV, also live on Loud Silence TV, and on our YouTube page. Remember to subscribe and click on the notification button so that you will always be notified to listen and to watch. Yes, it is the Black Empire TV. Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. B-L-A-K-K. Black Empire TV. To God be the glory. Blessed.